I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
The USS Nimitz, our most powerful nuclear warship, is about to change the course of history as a strange phenomenon of nature propels it back in time to the day the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor.
We know where all the mistakes are going to be made for the next 40 years, and you've got the power to correct them.
The final countdown, where past and present become one. Rated PG.
Hey, this is Matt once again. I will admit, based on the title, I was going to start the review of It's the Final Count, but I thought, okay, that's predictable. As if that would ever bother me being predictable. But this is a Patreon request for Andrew Patterson. Thank you so much for that. If people want to request any other type of reviews or re-reviews, topics, reactions, whatever type of videos, you just send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. With that said, it's the final countdown. Of course, this came out before the song, so although the song would not fit with this movie anyway. I mean, yeah, the title fits, but the tone of the film just doesn't fit with this kind of movie. The Final Countdown is one of those movies that I always tried to like. It's not a rant because there's nothing that made me like angry, awful, terrible. It's more of, it's a missed opportunity. This is a missed opportunity because I like the cast and I like the idea. I like the setup. Maybe the setup would work better as a Twilight Zone episode without running time. It could very well have been. Or have like some other anthology and be an hour long or 45 minutes long or however. Because it stars Kirk Douglas, may he rest in peace, and Martin Sheen. And it's on this battleship. Well, it's not a battleship. It's aircraft carrier called the USS Nimitz. And the aircraft carrier is going off on maneuvers. Kirk Douglas is the captain. Martin Sheen is an observer. Works with a group like, just to see if they do things right. They're doing things the correct way. Send back to superiors if everything's okay USA, that type of thing. So as they're doing it, this weird storm happens. They're wondering what the fuck happened. What was that? Where are we? There's no explanation for the storm. So if you're wondering, are they going to explain? Nope. They never explain the storm, which I'm fine with, but that may bother some people. If you're someone that needs the weird things explained, again, it may bother you. To me, I'm fine with it. And pretty much a chunk of the film is them slowly learning, oh shit, we're back in 1941. It's right before Pearl Harbor. Because we've gotten photos and wow, this was taken an hour ago? oh shit, that's a photo from, that's how Pearl Harbor looked in 1941. Oh my god, there's a Japanese fleet coming. Oh my god, there's a yacht with a couple people and a dog. These two planes shoot at it. It's old school, you know, Japanese planes. Fighter jets come in, shoot them down, save the people on the yacht. One of them is, oh my god, you're a senator and you're supposed to be dead, but now you're alive. So are we changing history? Oh shit. And the thing is with this film is that it's rather boring. It's rather boring. I mean, this is a neat idea, at least to me. What if the technology today, or at this point, 1979, I say 1980 because it came out, but there are times where the date says 1979. The technology you had back then, what if you could go back to 1941? What would you do? And yeah, there's a couple decent conversations between Martin Sheen and Kirk Douglas, and I like the two of them as actors. Right, there's not a lot of development of the characters. You don't really get to know much about the characters. I just like them because I like the actors and the performances are good. But it's not like you learn a whole lot about them. The movie feels more like a tour guide of the USS Nimitz. That's what it feels like. Someone's like, I love the USS Nimitz. I want to fuck it. I want it to fuck me. If they had a dick, I would suck it. So I'm going to give you the guided tour. And I'm going to get every nut and bolt of this fucking, the type of nuts I want in my mouth. And give you the guided tour of this USS Nimitz. And show you the inside and outsides and butthole and all the holes of the USS Nimitz. And here's the plane up and here's the planes coming down. And I mean, it's cool looking machinery, it's cool looking military tech. The few, it's not an action movie. If you look into that, there's a couple little bits of plane action, which sounds dirty, but then one of the planes gets shot down, Japanese planes, they take him as prisoner. It's actually Soon Tek Go, which is like, I recognize that guy. He's a guy that Chuck Norris kits his ass and kills in Missing Action 2 the beginning. So it was cool to see Soon Tek Go. Because Missing Action 2 is actually one of my favorite Chuck Norris films. And he's the main villain of that. So it was cool to see him. He doesn't have a lot to do or say, but it was cool to see him. Also, Lloyd Kaufman. He's one of the people. He's got a full beard. I'm like, holy shit, it's Lloyd Kaufman. He's not acting like a fool. He's not acting like an idiot. It's not a Troma film. What a rarity. He's one of the people who's on the ship. This is Charles Durning, who I remember from, I recently reviewed films he was in, like When a Stranger Calls. Actually, he's in When a Stranger Calls. He was also in the sequel When a Stranger Calls Back, which I reviewed that not too long ago, which I enjoyed. He was in Sharky's Machine with Burt Reynolds. He plays the senator that was supposed to die, and they don't realize that till later. But then it's a lot of talk about what should they do, what should they do, what should they do, what should we do, what should we do, what should they do, what should we do? Maybe we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, we could do that. I'm like, then do something, pick something, do something, fuck. I swear, half an hour of this fucking 2-hour movie is just, should we, no, should we, no. I'm not saying it's gotta be fucking Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor, but it's like fucking something, man. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, cool. This ship goes back in time to 1941, and really nothing is done of it. Other than that little bits with the two planes, fuck up the senator's yacht. They save the senator, this woman, and the dog. And, at one point, they don't take the senator away, but they don't put him on this island. Senator, wait a minute, you're not going to go Pearl Harbor? You don't go to Pearl Harbor, they pull a gun on him, and he fucks up the helicopter, blows it up. So much for the senator living. And those people are dead as well, on that chopper. Kirk Douglas has sent fighters to attack the Japanese fleet because they think they're stuck there, they're going to go to war. Then the storm thankfully comes in, so he's not, bring the fighters back. And they go back in time. I mean, they go back forward. Back to the future. That's the best way. They go back to the future. And pretty much nothing has changed. Because they didn't really do much of anything. The only thing is, 2 people they had to leave behind on the island, you find out those are the people that set Sheen to be an observer in the first place. And the guy who's now much older goes, we have much to talk about. I don't know about what, but what did he change things? We don't know about it. I don't know. And so that's the thing with the final countdown. It's like, it's an interesting idea, but it's not utilized in anything that really creates much interest or intrigue or suspense or escapism entertainment. To me, it's it's a waste of an interesting idea. Part of me will love to, like, I was going to say what Quentin Tarantino, like what he did with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, how he's fine with changing history. What someone else would have done is like, fuck it, let's just see what happens and go for the weird what if story full force. This is more like, well, we're observers, we saw this, we're here, we leave. And it just it's like blue balls. This movie's like a case of blue balls. You don't get really any completion or any release or any fulfillment. I mean, what are you getting out of this movie? I guess if you like the film, that's cool. Sheen, Kirk Douglas. Again, there's really nothing to the characters, but the acting is fine. I like them as actors. The tech on the aircraft carrier are cool. The shots of the planes. It's no Top Gun, but that came out after this. But it's fine. It was labeled as a blockbuster when it came out. I'm like, if this is a blockbuster I saw in the theater, I'd be disappointed. I'd be like, you know what? It's 1980. Take me to Superman 2. You know, take me to The Empire Strikes Back. You know, take me to something else instead of The Final Countdown. The Final Countdown that amounts to nothing. Nope, we're going back to the future. Bye-bye. I mean, part of me would be fine with a remake of this. But maybe the fear is it would be deemed too silly, or it'd be deemed too... Oh, that's how do I put it? It's upsetting to people who lived through that time period, that it would be an insult to the legacy, that all this one thing could go and wipe out. Just some type of political bullshit could be involved with, that'd be offensive, or it'd be, whatever the hell reason it would be. I think it would be, or it'd be labeled too silly and stupid. People already labeled the film silly and stupid when it came out. I didn't think it was that silly or stupid. If that's the case, then you'd have to complain about every fucking Twilight Zone episode. That's what it came off as, a Twilight Zone episode that was 2 hours long. And part of me is like, I don't think it needed to be that long when really not a whole lot amounted to shit. I've always thought this was an interesting idea, but really nothing really comes of it. Did I miss anything? Like all the stuff I described to you, did I miss anything? Not really. I know I'm not expecting a fucking Michael Bay film to reiterate yet again, but something else. And their conversations kind of got redundant, and I think even those could have been done better. The whole changing history, what we could do, what we could not do. There's a little bit of it. And a little bit of it's somewhat interesting, but if you want to go that route, then I think either you needed another writer, you needed better pacing, or something else to it. Because to me, it just came off as rather boring. Maybe it's just me and me alone. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. I don't really have anything else to say. Like I said, this came off more as I want to make a film that really shows the nuts and bolts of the USS Nimitz. Oh, by the way, we have the story about time travel. Okay. It's a what if story, but the what if amounted to not much of jack shit. That's just my take on it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.